So Rick Ross had a show in Canada, Vancouver to be exact, and everything was going perfect. He was performing his songs, he was performing classic records, even the records with Drake, so it seemed like a good vibe. But apparently that wasn't enough for Rick Ross, so when Rick Ross was wrapping up the show, he ended up playing Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar, and Rick Ross knew what he was doing. He was in Canada. Not Like Us is obviously towards Drake, the biggest Canadian artist ever. And yeah, I know the show wasn't in Toronto, but the whole Canada pretty much claims Drake. So of course he was going to ruffle some feathers, and that's what happened. And after the show, a couple people pressed Rick Ross and his team, told him that it was disrespectful. What is he doing? And Rick Ross didn't care. And
bro right here punched him in his
punched. Some say that the person missed and it didn't connect, but from what I saw, it connected. I don't know what angle you guys were looking at, but I'm pretty sure it connected. I'm obviously not going to show the whole fight on here because you know how YouTube gets sometimes. But when Rick Ross got hit, that's when everything went crazy. Rick Ross stepped to the side, and the people on Rick Ross's team stepped up. I think it was like a security guard, his DJ, and I think someone else. They stepped in, but it didn't end too well for them. They all got hurt because they was defending Rick Ross. But I blame Rick Ross for this because this Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef, that's with them. Leave that with K-Dot and Drake. Don't add yourself in it. And I know Rick Ross has his own problems with Drake. The whole BBL Drizzy thing. Yo, Rick Ross, you got that. Everyone's running with that now. You made that whole BBL Drizzy thing a thing. Like, stick with that. Don't sprinkle yourself in the whole beef. Going to Canada playing Not Like Us, like nothing was going to happen. And Rick Ross knew what he was doing. And maybe Ross didn't think anything was going to happen because he wasn't in Toronto. But I feel like even if he was in Toronto, he would do it anyways.
Yeah, and I just feel like Ross, he been doing it to several different people, just inserting himself in different beefs. He said he was inserting himself over French Montana. Drake didn't clear a verse for French Montana. Drake sent French Montana a cease and desist to stop trying to put out music. Now, I do believe that because French Montana is a thief of music. If y'all didn't know, French Montana, that song with Sway Lee, You Are Unforgettable. That song was never supposed to be French Montana's. French Montana got with the producer, heard the song, stole the song from the producer, put a verse on the song, then put the song out with promotion. And the song blew up. And you couldn't stop it. At that point, you can't stop it. You get what I'm saying? You just got to let it blow up. That's what French Montana did to get Unforgettable. It's crazy and it's messed up. You want the inside scoop? That's it. All right? But, so yeah, I do believe that he was about to put a verse out with Drake, and Drake had to send him a cease and desist, like, relax, bro, because French Montana is a habitual thief. And that's how Rick Ross said he got in the beef. But you can't just be doing that. And also, this thing about, I look at Drake as a dweeb, but if you back the dweeb in the corner, you back him and his people in the corner, you know, the dweeb gonna come out swinging. You can't go to Canada and just blatantly disrespect people like that. You know, I grind Drizzy up on this channel. I don't like the way that he steals music from people, but you know, you still gotta move correctly. You get what I'm saying? You in a different country. You moving a little thin. When I say you moving thin, ain't nobody over there. Your whole squad ain't over there. And when you coming off the airplane or the jet, you ain't got no sticks with you, my boy. You need to play this accordingly. You on Nate turf. Act right. He wasn't acting right, and I just didn't like the way he was moving in the situation.
Rick Ross is like that. He would do something like that, but this is all Rick Ross's fault. And one thing about Drake, he's not just good in Toronto. He's good everywhere in Canada. Because of him, Canada is popping. Mostly Toronto, of course, but Canada has a lot of eyes on him because of Drake.
For sure.
So of course people are going to react and think that it's disrespectful. Like, why perform that song in Canada? You know, maybe elsewhere you can play that song. You could do that in Georgia or whatever the case is, but you're doing that in Canada knowing like you're doing something crazy. And with this whole scuffle going viral, you're going to have people react to it, like one of Ross's enemies, 50 Cent, and he actually reacted to it more than once.
And you know 50 gonna grind you up.
The young guy went like got knocked the fuck out, like right there. That does not reflect him. That reflects his camp, and he might need to go get the Dream Chasers or the 305 Killers. In Canada, Rick Ross got fucked.
He got his youngin' knocked out, and his DJ got beat up. Sam Sneak got beat up.
All his bodyguards need to resign, nigga. Them niggas, they failed the number one thing. They ain't got nobody body, including their own.
One thing you don't want to be is the laughingstock on the internet, especially if you portray yourself as a boss and someone that's untouchable, like Rick Ross. It's not really a good look. Rick Ross's baby mom, she commented under Drake's photo, and we all know that she doesn't like Rick Ross. Ross saw the post, and he wasn't shy with letting everybody know how he felt about them too. He even posted an update letting everybody know that he's all good, there's nothing to worry about, and he doesn't regret what he did. But he should, because it got his people beat up and one of his boys knocked out. And whatever conversation they had with Ross back on that plane, they
thought he was unalive
because they fought for Ross. Like, one of them got knocked out, so
they thought he was unalive.
They need that raise. That paycheck better be direct deposit as soon as possible. I just find this whole thing crazy because all of this was preventable. He was performing. It was a good vibe. It was a good time. Everybody's singing, rapping to the music, the old hits, and all of that. But Rick Ross really did that. You didn't have to perform not like us. Like, I don't feel bad for Ross at all, but I do feel bad for his peoples that was with him because all of this was preventable. Like I said, it didn't have to happen, and Rick Ross is the whole reason why it did happen. And those people are probably traumatized and embarrassed. Because I was looking at some of his team's comment sections. I was looking at Sam Sneak, his DJ. I was looking at his comment section. There's a bunch of people just roasting him, just going at him and stuff. So all of that was preventable. And Drake is chilling right now, man. He posted a video of him celebrating Canada Day. And of course, you know, he was chuckling in the video because of what happened to Ross, and he's just chilling. But it could get crazy if Drake performs out in Florida, you know, Miami to be specific. And there might be some people that love Rick Ross or have ties with Rick Ross. They might try to attack Drake or try to press him or anything like that because of retaliation of what happened in Canada. But a lot of people are saying that those people were OVO goons, people on Drake's payroll or stuff like that. I don't believe that. It was just in Canada, and Rick Ross did something disrespectful, and they felt some type of way. That's all.
I don't
think
so. Also,
OVO goons. Yeah, Drake may have reacted on his story, posting whatever, but it wasn't ordered by Drake or anything like that. Crazy how one action can just cause.
I think they know OVO. And maybe they got some love for Drake. I don't know if Drake got them guys moving around for him. Maybe he does. But I think they took it as disrespect. You get what I'm saying? I think they thought that he was disrespecting their country by doing that. So it's like he just wasn't moving correctly, and he was thin out there. You ain't really had no backup, boy.
Whole chain reaction of stuff happening.
This fat ass ain't throwing no blows. Man, Will, they swung on your fat ass. You ain't done.
Look, you got her going crazy on you.
Scary ass. You big fat scary ass little back bitch. I'm looking good now from this angle. That bitch got back, man. He tried to. Oh, they kicking the shit out that security. They fucking his fat ass up. Watch this shit again, dog. That fat bitch got on khaki green or something. Look at him with his stank breath ass all in the nigga face with that doodle ass breath. I'm glad they smacked the shit out your bitch ass.
Yeah, Rick Ross, this is your fault, bro. But yeah, we'll see what happens though. Hopefully nothing crazy goes on after, but we'll see. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you are new.
Shout out 93 Hendrix. But yeah, Rick Ross actually did a little response to this. I'm gonna bring up the response right here. Where he talked about it. And he touched on it. And then he got back to promoting his stuff as he should. He is smart. He is a smart businessman. He takes every moment to promote. But this is Rick Ross's response to getting jumped out Canada.
Hey man, I'm thinking about the event that happened over there. Let me tell you something. When the first dude stepped up to Rose, the little short fat one that looked like Bam Bam Bigelow from wrestling, when he stepped up, and then I squat down in his eyes and told him what I said. Basically, boy, if I hit you, I'm gonna see everything you ate for the last 2 days. His balls dropped out of his ass. He never said another word. He never did nothing. He was a straight buster. Then the nigga behind him said, I know MMA. And then I got hit with a drink. I'm still convinced ain't no nigga punched me. Somebody said, Rose, the nigga tried to punch you. He hit you. I say, nah. He had to throw a drink, because throwing a drink would have been way more disrespectful than screaming, I know MMA! Man.
I think Ross trying to save face right there. I seen the video. I didn't see the guy saying that. I didn't see Ross saying that. I think he got punched dead in the face from what I seen. I know he got punched dead in the face. I know Ross is... He a habitual liar. Everything about this dude is a lie. That's not how the situation went. It was a standoff and Bull punched you in your face, bro. All that, everything that he just said was a lie. And that was his response. His response was a lie. There's nothing else to say. All right. So drop a comment. How do you another part of this? Drake liked an Instagram post talking about how Rick Ross got jumped, and that's what fueled was Drake a part of the situation, which I think was unnecessary because then it kind of makes the optics a little crazy. You get what I'm saying? Especially for like the unaware fans. All right. So drop a comment. Do y'all think Drake was a part of him getting jumped? Y'all think he had a hand in it? You think he made the call? Let me know. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. And if ain't nobody told you they love y'all today, I love y'all. I'm out.
I know MMA. This boy just be lying.